We are back, episode 146. Feels like we've kind of been in a lull the last couple weeks.
We took last week off, and we're back this week with episode 146 of the BSG podcast, presented by friends over at Moon Golf. You see it on the screen if you're watching. That's our peeps. Go check them out at Moon Golf. Get you some clubs. Get you a little something from Moon Golf.
Everything in my golf rack right here is Moon Golf, except the yardage book holder from Marcos Corolla.
So clean. So like us, you can go check them out. And then I've got me on a little Johnny O polo tonight. If you want one of these, there's a link in our description where you can shop and get 15% off, because Father's Day is coming up and your dad deserves a nice little polo or hat or a shirt or whatever, but get 15% off with it. What's your favorite Johnny O product you have so far?
I wore a hoodie today for the rain. That was real nice. It's kind of like a ribbed material.
Oh, yeah, that blue one?
Yeah.
That is nice.
It matches the shorts, but it was raining, so I was wearing pants.
That's I like my favorite so far is, I haven't got to wear it yet because it ain't been cold enough, but the puffy Auburn vest.
Yeah.
I can't
my
wait for
vest was right beside it on the rack.
I'm so scared because it's white, but I'm scared of wearing it. But so that's my favorite. We got a guest. Is Marley coming in?
Yeah, she's walking in here now.
Look, or Marley. She got a ball?
Basketball.
Oh, she about to dunk a little bit on us?
Yeah, she's a big fan of the sport so far. That's work of her dad. She likes basketball. She'll sit there and watch football with me. Golf is a little different because
it's hard for
the biggest time when we watch it is Sunday, and it's like she's a Mickey Mouse.
It's hard for adults to watch golf, but we'll tonight's episode though is Zach and I. We're gonna talk a little bit about our golf game. We're gonna talk about a little bit of our golf game. Marley, can you say hey, Marley?
Can you say hello?
Can you talk to us?
Say hello.
Everybody listening, if you're watching, you can see her forehead and eyes just staring us down. But she won't talk. Maybe she'll say something in a minute. Tonight, though, we have the clubhouse segment. We're going to talk a little bit about PGA Tour, LPGA, big week in the LPGA. Then we have our post-round recap, what's coming up in the BSG and everything we've got planned, and then our drop zone question of the night. The first thing I want to start off with tonight, for everybody listening, if you know, it's no secret that I'm not the biggest Rory McIlroy fan in the world. Never have been. He did win the Masters, so I have to give him credit there. But seeing today on social media, Rory is choosing not to play in the Memorial,
signature event,
which is a signature event. We just had this talk a few months ago. To me, it's kind of weird he's not playing, but Dan Rappaport, I feel like tried to make it a bigger deal. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but he made a bigger deal. He's asked Jack. They're like, did Rory tell you that he's not playing? And Jack was like,
why would he?
Yeah,
what does he owe Jack?
That's what I didn't understand. Unless they're just more friendship there than we know.
I think it's one of them. If I'm not going to play Saturday, I'm only telling, especially if I'm solo or for him Wednesday through Sunday. Why does he have to tell Jack?
I guess another thing is
he's a Grand Slam winner.
Another
Jack
thing,
news.
I don't know the story behind it, but this is Jack's tournament. So I wonder if leading up to this point, he invited Rory and he thought Rory's going to play, and he hasn't heard a thing from Rory. That'd be one thing if Rory did confirm, but I guess he hasn't heard anything. So I don't know.
It's also one of the things. Are they talking all the time? Because I mean, if they're talking all the time, Rory probably just said, "Yeah, I probably ain't playing this week. Whatever."
Yeah.
Sounds like it's probably like a distant relationship. They're both fantastic golfers, so they have to be talking some.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you won your Grand Slam? Oh, I won it. It was this, and this. Okay, good luck. Have a nice day.
The only thing I can think of it is that Jack's trying to get as much eyes as he can to his tournament, so he thought the Masters champ would be there, and it turns out the Masters champ won't be there. So I don't know if that's why he's upset. As a host, or your name's kind of on this tournament, you kind of want the big names there, but whatever. So everyone listening, there's another reason why Rory he's missing another signature event, something that he was all about. Now he's not even going to play in it. I do want to bring up something that happened this week with the Charles Schwab. Tommy Fleetwood now has his 41st top 10 finish, which now makes him the most top 10s on the PGA Tour without a PGA Tour win. The question is, will he ever win on PGA Tour? He's good.
The last 2 years ago, he had a chance to, and both times the guy made an extremely long putt
to beat him.
Yeah, so I don't know. He's got it in him because he wouldn't still be on tour if he wasn't. He'd drop down to Corn Ferry or whatever. So I think he's got it. I don't know. That's what I hope he does. He seems like the most friendly guy.
I like him. I hope he. I'm with you. I hope he does. I really love his first one to be a major, but it's crazy that he's now got that title, most top 10s without a win. You got to think it's coming at some point now. That
at some point, but when
is he gonna be one of those guys that, at the end of his career, he has like one PGA Tour win? That's all we ever heard of Tommy Fleetwood. That'd be wild.
Do you think, when you think of guys with wins, do you think like Wesley Bryan's better than Tommy because he got it done one time?
Crazy. No, I think that's a little bit of the field that Wesley was playing when he won was one of those events that there's another event going on at the same time, and all the good players are at one place, and Wesley was at another place.
Yeah.
And Tommy's just he's got so much prize money that he keeps getting invited to the good tournaments. He needs to go play on something.
He's literally on sponsorship with everybody. It's not like he's hurting for money because he's not winning.
Yeah.
He's invited. It's not like he's not in a Ricky mode where he's getting sponsor exemptions and stuff. He's playing his way through all these events.
He's earning his spot.
Yeah.
Because he's playing
good, but
I mean, it's hard to win on tour, but if I was a PGA Tour golfer, I would take Tommy's career, because he has a lot of top, like 41 top 10s. That's a lot of money, PGA Tour earnings right there.
It's a lot of money I mean, I guess technically it's not like there's nothing to show for it because you get the money, but
yeah,
it would be hard. You build this big old nice house. Like Brooks has that house with the display case for the majors.
Yeah. And then you have nothing if you're Tommy Fleetwood. You have nothing. Except some DP World Tours.
Those don't count.
Would you what was I gonna say? Oh, so let's say I think the tour championships in August or September. So we got about 3.5 months left on this season. Does Tommy get it done this season? Yes or no? He's coming off a tied for 4th finish last week.
I think so. If I was a betting man, I would put $7.25 towards it.
This is it. Hey, that'd probably cash out for a lot right there. I bet the odds are good.
I need to look at the odds
for him to win this season.
The odds that Tommy wins at all.
That'd be crazy. There's got to be a bet every week on it for Tommy. So yeah, I would love to. Tommy's a good guy. Would love to see him
probably make a lot of money. You know how the guys roll the bets over?
Oh yeah,
on Tommy not winning. You just start today. Will Tommy win this week?
Yeah,
no, roll it over.
The minute we do that, he's gonna turn around and win the very first week.
Like, Katie, I'm gonna bet our mortgage on it this month.
Yeah.
He's not gonna win. He's never won. Tommy Fleetwood gets it done.
That's about
his first win's a major championship.
That's about what would happen right there. So which brings us now to we're talking about winning. The rest of the season, we have 2 more majors left. Is Scotty maybe not this year, but is Scotty in his career going to be one of our next Grand Slam people? Yes or no?
If I had to pick someone that's actively playing now, I thought could get it done. Trying to
It has
let's see
to
if
be,
we had
yes.
any notes. It would have to be Scotty.
Yeah, it has to be, yes.
You like Bryson. Can he close it out at the Masters? Because he's got a U.S. Open.
He's got a
2
U.S. Open and a PGA, right? Doesn't he have
PGA? Yeah, that's right.
So he needs a Masters and an Open. So both of them are 2 away, him and Scotty.
Yeah. Well, Scott. Oh yeah. Well, I guess Scotty won the other, but
yeah, he just won a PGA.
Yeah, because he dropped that trophy top.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would put money on him before I would put money on anyone else to close it out. I'd put money on him to do it before I put money on Jordan Spieth to close out his.
What about oh wait, no, Bryson only has 2 US Open, so he's 3 away.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
How close
Scotty's
is
getting it done.
Brooks?
Brooks, let's see.
What's he missing? Is he just missing the green jacket?
Let's find out right now. Brooks has he has 2 US Opens and 3 PGA, so he needs a Masters and an Open. Yeah.
Yeah, he won't do it.
I give it to Scotty before Brooks and I think Bryson catches up with Brooks and passes Brooks. Not in amount of majors won because he's at 5, but maybe getting there before Brooks does. I for sure think Bryson will get a career Grand Slam. He's just too good.
And they were talking today, the initial live contract comes to an end.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. I'm glad you brought that up because I have the notes.
It's one of those things. There's no reason to go back. You got your money. Come play.
But are they going to let him back? That's the question.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any way in the world Jay Monahan says no Bryson, no Brooks, DJ, Cam Smith, we don't want you back. Because they've been working on it since it started to join them.
They would take them back too out of spite just to prove to live like, hey, these guys wanted to come back.
They want the legacy.
I think that report you're talking about, I think it said that Brooks is the one with the longest contract left. Like a bunch of guys are like this year or next year or something, and Brooks has a few more. But yeah, if Bryson gets back on PGA Tour, watch out. He's gonna have a lot of wins rolling in.
I think he thrives in the environment where it's that major feel where you got all the fans watching. I think it'll be better for him to be back. I think he likes the competition. He likes seeing the other guys.
Yeah.
And then you got guys like Rahm. Like Rahm finally started heating up in the PGA. It's like he's definitely missed it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So I do think Scotty gets it done. I don't know if Scotty gets this year, but it's still wild to me. We're like 2 years in right now to Scotty's like run of golf that he's keeping it up this much is insane. So Scotty, does he complete the Grand Slam? We're both saying yes. Maybe not this year. Which was back to Nicholas real quick. I had this in notes. I forgot. He made a statement. Is that same interview that asked him about Rory, but he was talking about whether he played good or bad back in the day. He always talked to the media no matter what. Do you think that's a little shade at Rory?
Absolutely. Same as when Bryson and somebody else talked to Rory's like ex-fling. She said, "Thank you to guys doing it like this, knowing you don't have to talk to us." I don't understand why you won't. The game isn't where it is without the fans, and the fans want it all on the media.
I don't know why you wouldn't talk to them. Yeah, I mean, that's just part of it is talking to the media. I feel like every athlete, every sport, no matter what happens, you just lost the Super Bowl. You still got to talk to the media.
Yep.
Your obligation. So I don't know why he's doing that. He's kind of getting in a little villain era going on right now.
Do you think it's because his driver was deemed illegal?
Well, I thought that was a bigger deal. I think I thought it was a bigger deal than it was because Scotty's was also tested and failed too.
They said did they not test them all?
No, they
Or
pulled
like a
them
spot
randomly.
check?
Yes, randomly, and Scotty said that if they're gonna do it, they need to do it all. But they asked him if his failed, and he said his failed too, which would mean the terms he's won so far this year, he was also using illegal, which I don't know what considers it failing and passing, but
I wonder
it
if
does
it's
make
like compression, like a bat.
it's gotta be something, or maybe the weight in it, it can only go up to a certain amount. It's like on
I don't.
NASCAR, you can't weigh so much.
Yeah, I don't think the weight would be a thing. I would think it's compression, like how hot the head is.
Oh yeah,
That would be the
uh,
only thing that changed. They're all
but
of similar weight.
does it make you think a little bit more about him paying $900 for Uber to get his driver to that tournament?
I mean, you got to consider something.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if you're willing, which he's a millionaire, but if you're willing to be like, I've got to have that driver. Like he knew that driver was a little hot, and then I don't know, like I don't know how the testing worked. Like he was already at the tournament and starting, and then he gets his driver brought in. Like, do they not like? Well, no, they're not gonna check me, so I can bring whatever driver I want.
Yeah, it could be.
Is it like cork bats in baseball? Yeah, I mean they don't check them until
We
after
should have
the
asked
break.
when we had Quinn on the other week. We should have asked him because I'm sure his
Oh yeah,
equipment's been tested.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how they check bats. Remember, like Sammy, nobody knew his bat was corked until it cracked, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah,
something's going on." And so I don't know if it's the same with golf clubs, but
I know, like
interesting.
college and like softball bats, they put a gauge on it that squeezes it and measures the compression, and it can
Uh-huh.
go so far one way or the other. But
Interesting.
I
We
don't
need
know
to
about golf clubs.
we need a PGA Tour official on the podcast. That's gonna be our
Yeah, that's
next.
the next.
We got questions. And so let's see. Oh, I do want to talk about this real quick. I'm going to read it. The Tour Championship, which is coming up, I believe, I want to say it's August is when they have it.
It's the last week of August.
It's at East Lake today. Just 12 minutes ago, they broke the news that they have changed the format to it, which I love. No
I
more
hate
starting.
the old format of starting
Yep.
12 under.
No more starting strokes. Everybody starts at the same score. No more of that. The 72 hole winner will now be crowned the FedEx Cup champion. So in the past, you could have had the points all season long and you lost to East Lake, but you could still win the FedEx Cup champion. Now that tournament decides the FedEx Cup champion, which I guess which I don't know how that hurts or helps you all season long. What's the point of earning points? I guess you just enough to get invited. And then everybody
Yeah,
starts there
because
at
you have to
0
be
points.
top 50.
I think it's top 30.
Oh yeah, it is. It's top 30. You're right.
I guess throughout the season, you earn points to get an invitation, but once you get there, everybody basically starts at 0 points. Winner of the tournament is the FedEx Cup champion. So I do like
That's
that.
how the playoffs are in every other sport. Could
That's
you
true.
imagine Auburn making like they're in the baseball regional or whatever? They start with 4 points,
Oh yeah,
4-0 out the gate.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, we're
Um,
both here.
and which I like it so far. And instead of winning $25 million as the winner of the FedEx Cup, that money is now going to be distributed through the whole playoffs, and so it'll kind of get split up, which makes some more of the tournaments bigger price tag. So, do you like that? You like the way they're doing it now? No more
I
starting
do.
strokes. Winner of the tournament is the champion.
I've always thought starting because in the past it was like 10. You'd have a guy start 10 or 12 under.
Yeah,
Everybody else is at 0, and like that's.
like
I
last
don't think
season.
it's fair at all. There's no event in any other sport where you can start with a lead.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe you have a better team, but it's always 0-0.
And it's like for people that are new to golf, the year that I think it was 2018, Tiger won at East Lake, which was the last one of the season. He won, but so they gave him a trophy. But then right after that, they're congratulating the FedEx Cup winner, and people were like, "Well, why's Tiger not getting that?" Because they didn't understand. Like he just won the golf
Yeah,
tournament, but he didn't win the season. So I do like this that everybody's going to start, even, and you got to play your best 72 holes, and you're the champ.
same for any football. Like it doesn't matter. You can go 16-0 in the season, and for
Yeah.
like NFL or 13-0 for college. But when you get to the playoffs, you got to show up.
Yep.
So
this is
0-0.
basically for anybody new to golf. This is basically the national, like the championship, the Super Bowl, whatever. Yeah. Except instead of 2 teams, 2 people, it's 30 people and competing for it. So I think it's gonna be a lot better. We're gonna talk to some of our sponsors here on the pod and see if we can get out to East Lake and kind of get y'all some coverage. That'd be sick.
One question for you on the FedEx: do you think it should be the 5th major?
Oh, that is a good question.
I mean, it's the elite of the elite. There's no cut.
You're right, and it's the one people want to win it because you're the champion. Yeah, the women have 5 majors. Why can't the men?
I mean, there's a couple you could argue could be the 5th.
The players, they call that the players.
The players should. I would be fine making the FedEx the 5th, or the players, one or the other, because the players has a full field.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably the only thing they'd say about FedEx is they'd say, well, it's not a full field because they love the underdog story in the US Open, all these people qualifying. Speaking, what about old Kennesaw State guy qualifying for the US Open? Evan Thompson. You see that?
I saw that.
That's crazy.
I one time was almost on the podcast guest type guy.
And
we had several guys like that. They'll say they're coming, and then the time will show up and
they disappear. I don't know if some of y'all have watched social media, but he was a linebacker, I think, for Kennesaw State, which is close to us. Played golf. He gets a lot of hate on his social media, and so for him to qualify for the U.S. Open, it kind of like hushed a lot of people up because you got to be good to do that. It's not just luck. So pretty impressive, though. Shout out Evan for that. Pretty impressive that you were doing that. Evan, come hop on the pod. We'd love to have you. Let's transition real quick. This week is the U.S. Women's Open at Erin Hills. The purse is up to $12 million. Was just 5.5 5 years ago. And for a women's LPGA event, this is huge for the women's golf to be getting up to here. What I want to bring up, though, what was really cool was they're asking Lydia Ko how she prepared for this. And she said she watched the Brian Bros major video on YouTube.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And that's how she watched to prepare to watch the course and see what the course was like. And I thought that was so cool that she watched that.
Which I think it is one of those things where you can watch. Like, we haven't done it as much lately, but we used to fly all 18 holes.
Oh, yeah.
It's purely a matter of timing for us to get all 18 on the drone, the overview.
Yeah.
But I think, you could really prepare for a lot. Because you can use like 18 birdies and then actually watch the video and know where the bunkers are, the actual distance, and figure out your aiming spots for people like their talent level.
Yeah. Do you think any current PGA Tour professional has ever seen even a glimpse of one of our videos or anything?
Heck no.
You don't think so on social media? Like even swiping?
Maybe our initial video with the grandmas. That's probably about it. That's probably as close as it gets. Russell might have peeped the Green Island video.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that'd be pretty good because he's a PGA Tour winner this year. So I was just curious. I was like, I wonder if they've ever swiped and like seen our stuff before. A lot of guys, I don't know how much of them are YouTube golf watchers. Like Rory, he's not one. He said, I would bet money that Brooks is not a PGA. A YouTube golfer watcher.
He's probably watching NBA highlights right now.
Yeah. Probably saying, who won the Masters this year? Yes. So anyways, the LPGA, this is, if you are trying to get into women's golf, this is a great week to watch. They're actually introducing, I saw some new drone tracer technology the whole tournament.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, they're going to be doing it the whole tournament, I think, Thursday to Sunday. So this will be a great one for you to watch. Normally the LPGA is over in Asia, and that comes on like 3 a.m. in the morning, but this is normal times at Erin Hills. Go check it out. I do want to take a second and congratulate Michael Lasasso, I think, the individual NCAA winner. He's also a fellow Johnny O athlete. He's one of us or one of him. So shout out Michael for winning the NCAA individual tournament. You are the single champion of the year. So congratulations. Shout out. I'm gonna ask a few questions for me and you to answer. This is for I was thinking like since it's just us on here tonight, some people that are listening or watching that may be new to us or get to know us. I want to start with this. Do you think that we will ever be single digit handicaps?
If the weather is like it's been this year, there's no way. I swear, every time we've planned to play golf, it has rained this year. It's got to be the worst year ever for filming for us.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We
100.
played
I agree with that. 100%.
less golf, and now it's one of the times we're in a spot where we can really afford to film,
Yeah.
get to courses, and it's raining every time we've had something planned.
Somebody's asking me, or no, they're talking to Kay the other day. Said, well, all Casey does is play golf. And I said, I've played less golf the last 2 years than I've ever played golf.
I know, and it's
Uh,
not from lack of availability, it's
yeah.
weather.
Weather. Yep.
We might,
Uh,
all the big guys move to Jupiter or Frisco.
yeah. We're just
That's
gonna
our
move
2 choices.
We're just gonna have a church plant down there, and I'll go be the pastor of the Jupiter location.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So do we think? I really do think. I'm not just saying this. I think we could both be single digit handicaps if we said, "Hey, let's go practice once a week."
Yeah, I think that's really doable. And the funny thing is, we were getting ready. We interviewed Michael, was talking about lessons,
Uh huh.
and then we got a church softball team, and I'm like, I don't care to practice. I need the bat in my hand. I need the glove. I got
Yeah.
to get ready for that. That's
I,
live.
I want when I think about golf, like right now, I'm thinking about like I want to go practice. There's like that low point drill that Scott said, and there's another drill
Mhm.
that there's two drills I really want to go do. Like I really want to go get a bucket of balls and actually see if this makes a difference. It's just I don't have the inner. I want to do it, but I don't have the push to be like, let's go practice.
Yeah,
You know?
because it's one of those. If you practice once,
Yeah.
go do nothing. You got to go
And
back next week.
and the only downside is like I want to go practice, but at point right now, I think the only thing you can practice on is mats. I'm like, I know that helps I can still work on my swing, but how much does that really help me with compressing the ball and working on low point? Because I always hit it good on a mat. I need to practice
Yeah,
compressing it in grass, like hitting it, taking divots, and I can't. Um, but I do think we could both get to single digit. We do want to try to film like us trying to get the scratch. It's just I already know in my head if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go practice, and I'm like, oh, I gotta set the camera and document this because it's part of a
yep.
documentary, and that's another thing where I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that, and so I don't know.
It has to be. I believe it's one where the goal for anyone who's watched this channel, follow us. The goal is to get to full-time content
Yeah,
creator, where I don't have to go to work tomorrow, where I leave my bags at a central location. Me and Casey meet. We get Daniels or Charlie Joseph. We practice. We go play and film, and then Friday through Sunday is for the family.
yeah,
Like you're off, you're at home, you have nothing but family time. And then Monday through Thursday, you're working doing content.
videos and content stuff, and I think if we got to that point, for sure we could get
There's no way we're not.
because even when we
Casey
go,
Scratch.
how many have we went 4 years in a row on a golf trip now? We've done
Yeah,
Texas, Pinehurst,
Utah.
Utah, yeah, so we went 3, this is our 4th year, and I've noticed the past 2 especially, we've played a lot of golf. After about the 3rd round, I'm getting, like, so much better because 'cause I'm playing that much golf in a row,
Right, yeah. You start
and
knowing what your misses are,
yeah, and if
and
I
then
could
the
keep
short
that up
game starts turning on.
yeah, I'm like, "Man, if we could play like that often," I mean, obviously not 5 days in a row, but if I could do it every weekend or even get in 2 times a week sometimes, boy, I know it'd get better. Um I don't know. It's just, will we ever get there? I don't know. Do I think we could? Yes, I think we both could get scratch golfers. Currently, I haven't used 18 birdies in forever. We're probably 14,
Like
15s.
14, 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the day. Could be
I think
much
we
higher.
could, I think we could get to single digit. 9 is not that far away, honestly. I think we could do it. Um, which my next question was, how much more golf do you think you need to play consistently to shoot in the 70s? How many rounds of a month do you need to do that, you think?
To get to where I'm touching 79
Yeah,
or
maybe once a month you're hitting in the 70s out of an average of however many rounds you think you need to play.
I would think I need to play every weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I
At
need
least once
6.
a weekend. I need to be out there.
Yeah, I think I need 6 because I feel like there's times we've played every week, close to every weekend, and it's a lot to where by the end I'm getting more comfortable, but it's still not enough to where I have time to correct stuff. Um, and I think if I played for 12 months straight, 4 to 6 times a month, I could shoot in the 70s once a month
Yeah,
by
I
the
think
second
so.
half. That would be the goal. I would love to because we know when you watch us on YouTube, we know it's more entertaining watching really good golf. We're trying our best to get there. I promise. We're trying our hardest. We're trying
I'm
our
trying to
hardest.
eliminate losing balls. I'm trying to eliminate the quick blow ups because as soon as
Yeah,
you make a bad shot, the mood changes and you're like, oh, there goes
I
my
know.
round.
I can always watch when I'm editing our videos and one of us will hit a really good shot. It's like Green Island on hole 9 where Garrett's watching us and I think you chunked the 2 in a row
Yep.
and you're like our moods instantly just like straight
Yep.
down.
It changes so fast too.
Yeah.
And that's
So quick.
just the big difference in team sports versus golf being so individual.
Yeah. And I know I'm not trying to watch a YouTube video where like, oh, this guy's topping everything or he's shanking it for like I'm wanting to watch somebody make pars and birdies. So we're gonna get there, don't worry. The video's about to come out backyard. It's a par 3 course, but we were only like 3 or 4 over a piece. So it's gonna be good swings, good golf.
No, I told Jeremy I really wish we had one of those
I
within like
know.
an hour. I feel like it'd be worth an hour just to go and play
Oh,
it
for
twice.
sure.
Play it
Yeah.
as 18.
Yep.
Get a
Because
small bag, carry really you care about 3 clubs. 3 clubs and a putter.
it was hot, but there is something in my mind had so much fun pushing my clubs instead of riding a golf cart.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun. And I know if you're a local and you're listening, you're like, Robert Trent Jones has a par 3. They do, but it's spread out. It's a full 180-yard par 3s, and you've got to walk it like it's legit walk, which we could go do that one day. It'd be fun because they just redid them greens a few years ago. I don't know about doing it in the summer.
180 sounds very long for a par 3.
We would probably scoot on up a little bit, you know what I mean?
For anyone watching, the backyard, the longest hole we played was 125.
Yeah, I think so,
There were
yeah.
several 75, 90-yard holes.
It was fun. Yeah, I'm with you. If there's something within an hour like that, I would do it. Actually, I think I was telling my buddy Michael about it. He lives up in Noonan, beside Noonan. He said they're about to get one up there, and so maybe that'd be something interesting to go do. They're about to put one on a course up there. So, anyways, we got that going on. With your current golf game, I was thinking about this for both of us. Would you think you'd rather every time you teed up, you always hit center fairway, even if it's like 250, 260, whatever, you always hit center fairway, or would you rather be able to break 80 twice a year in all the rounds of golf you play?
Give me center fairway.
Same.
Give me center fairway. Let me swing and I've told Jeremy this because sometimes you'll have a bad round with the driver, and I'll go to 5-wood, 3-wood, 5-wood hybrid. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because if I'm in the center of the fairway, my chances of shooting par on the hole are so much better than if I'm trying to punch out of the woods.
Yeah. That's been the biggest difference I've noticed when I first golfed. When we all started golfing together, I was always in the woods, and that's when I was shooting high scores. And now that I can kind of get in the fairway a little bit, it makes it so much more enjoyable when you know you're riding up to your ball and it's in the fairway. So I'm with you. Give me the fairway. Post round recap. Here's what's going on with the BSG boys. Next Friday, our video from the backyard is coming out. It's going to be a good one. It was a fun match between Zach and I, and the course is just really cool. And then as this is coming out today, that you're listening to this, I think we haven't announced the winner for Johnny yet.
I know. I was thinking about that today. It should have been yesterday.
And so if you're listening to this, this will be out early in the morning on the day you're listening to this. If we haven't, go to our social media, our Instagram, and if we haven't announced the winner yet, hurry up and get signed up. All you have to do is like the post, follow us and Johnny O, and tag someone, and we're giving away $1,000 to shop at Johnny O. We'll have to talk to Aaron about that. And then Macklemore's coming up in June. What are you most excited about Macklemore? The views, the golf course, what?
The views, being up in the mountain. Hopefully the ball flies. Finally getting to go. It's another one of the things where we've had a
don't
trip
rain. Please
planned,
don't rain.
and it was awful weather, kind of like today. It was very similar to today. Where
how far do we have it planned out? Like 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah, so we booked it in November.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things you're just like hoping, and it was it was beautiful the whole week leading up to it, and then
Yeah,
that
and
Saturday
then
was just,
Thursday it said it was gonna rain, and we were waiting. We were like, well, maybe. Friday, no rain come. It said it was gonna rain, and then Friday night it hit. And they have a webcam up on top of the mountain from the pro shop, so you can see it. And it was just blowing sideways.
yeah, and it's one of those we're gonna have to leave our house at like 3:45 in the morning. It's a 3.5 hour drive, and so we were not about to drive up there and risk it. So we rescheduled it to June, and now we're just in the same boat, hoping and praying for good weather so we can get up there. And so we'll do it in June, and they'll turn around in October and go back and play the Keep, which I'm so excited about playing the Keep.
Keep will be nice. They got the carts now.
Yep.
Because it's been walk up until like last week.
Which
It's
is
been walking
crazy.
only since they opened it. I guess trying to let the grass really grow.
Yeah, they're still trying to grow the grass. And I'm surprised Beef walked it when Foreplay went. That's big time.
That's Brady's favorite guy.
Yeah.
Brady's big fan of Beef. Said his swing is just smooth as butter.
And then coming into our drop zone question for the night, what's one rule you would change in golf? Is there anything off the top of your head you can think
of? For our level or professional?
Just either, I guess. What in the game of golf that you think you would change? I guess it'll make it more enjoyable for us playing. What's something you'd change it?
If you see it go out, we get the gallery drop. Like we've talked in the past. We were playing, was it in Montgomery? And I had the ball in the center of the fairway, and nobody could find it.
Yeah.
Just give the gallery drop to keep it moving. Now, me and you, when we play by much looser rules. But
I love our rules now.
People drops, they probably hate us.
Yeah, people like if we were to play with our usual golf crew, like they'd be like, "Oh, this is not golf, but it's so enjoyable what we do."
Yeah, there's no stress, no worries.
I would change. I don't know if I need more than 14 clubs, but I think you should be allowed to have, because feel like my golf bag has like 15 slots. I don't know, but I think you should be able to have more clubs.
It's only 14 in the vessel.
Oh, I think you should be able to have more than 14. I feel like there's some clubs that, like, I need a few more woods or hybrids or something. So I don't understand why.
I'm to the point now. I wouldn't mind adding an additional wood, but I hate to take away the only long iron. The longest iron I got in the bag now, is it a 5? It might be a 5 iron.
That's all I have is a 5, and I go.
Or it might be a 6. I might just be stuck to 6 because I added that 5 wood.
Oh yeah.
So I hate to have to take away when I'm trying to add something when I'm tinkering.
That's what I've got, that hybrid, and I tell people I can't hit it, and they're like, "Swap it for a 7 wood." I'm like, I don't know if I hit a 7 wood, but I can try.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hey, but that's it for 146. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on social media. Got a lot of stuff coming up that we're excited about. Gonna try to get out to the fields and do some lessons with the new pro out there and do a little breaking 50 with him. But I think our next filmed video is Malcolmore. But
yeah, I think so.
Next Friday though will be
a month from now.
Let's we can sneak something in. But next Friday will be our backyard video. You'll want to watch it. But that's it for 146. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.